Good morning, my fly babies. It's me, your Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to help you learn how to finally love yourself. Today we are doing our morning motivation, our morning mentoring, and that means that we are revisiting what we do every single morning. Today is Monday. We have a 3-layer cake. The first thing that we're doing this morning is our morning routine, followed by our children's morning routine, followed by our zone. We're in zone 4, the master bedroom, master bathroom, master kitchen, and follow that with our basic weekly plan. That one today is our weekly home blessing hour. All of mine are done. The morning routine, also in the morning routine we have laundry. After that we have laundry and we have paper. I don't have paper clutter, but I've got laundry in. My sheets are in the dryer, and my weekly home blessing hour is done. So I am, and I worked on the zone in my husband's bath shower. I did that. Okay, so good morning. Let me say hello to everyone. Let's see. If you're going to work, remember, you just do your morning routine and go to work. When you come home, you do your laundry, your paper routine, you do your zone, and you do your basic weekly plan. Now, the weekly home blessing hour is a lot to do after work. You may choose to split that up over 5 or 6 days. You may choose to delegate it, my personal choice, because most of the jobs individually are small and they are less than 10 minutes. But that's up to you. Okay, now I'm going to say hello to everyone. So Cinderly and Michelle Scarberry and Margaret Rose and Ronna Lambeth, Melissa B., Nicole Volman, Marie Hart's Life, Marty Watson, she got a notice, Jasmine Toyer, Elizabeth Watley Avery, Sheen Bean, 2, Ashley Beauty. I saw you had a note to us, Ashley, but 9:45 this morning. I sent out, on the community section of YouTube, I sent out a notification, or Mr. B did, that we'd be going live at 9:45, but no one got the notification, I don't think. Cindy Skurnick, good morning. Beautiful Purpose, good morning. Teresa Enzi, good morning. Lenice's Life, and Margot G. and Marg G. Forrest, all good morning. Candace Van Dahl, Kathy Jones, Wendy Mader, Tindra Beam, Rhonda, thumbs up the video, Betty B., Mickey C., Teresa, I already said hey to you, Teresa, the Emily and Alice show, and Michelle Kennedy Hawkins. Good morning to all of you. I saw a couple of comments in here. Let me go back. Let's see. Okay, Marie said, half of the morning routine is done. Went to work early, came back, emptied the dishwasher. 1 load of laundry is ready to be hung up. Started the weekly home blessing and cleaned the bed frame, which is your zone. Tonight I'll sleep in clean sheets. Yay, girl. Very good job. Amanda said, I thought I missed you this morning, but it was your weekly upload. Woo. Well, watch that too. Wendy's in frozen Wisconsin, -5 degrees. Good grief. Please do thumbs up the video. There are 51 of you, 22 have thumbs up. Remember, thumbs up isn't just for me, for my personal gratification, to make me know that you love me, etc. It's for 2 or 3 reasons. The first reason is so that you will get a notification right away. That's the story. The second is so that these videos will be presented to people who are watching similar videos, and it might really help them. And the third reason, is there a third reason? There may not be. It may just be those 2 reasons. Plus, I love to see that you're going in there and doing it for me and for everyone else. So remember that happiness doesn't come from what we do for ourselves. Happiness comes from what we do for others. Okay, but you have to take care of yourself. Don't forget that. Oh, Wendy Whitaker got her planner for her laundry room. I see you, and I have a plan for you. She got that in her planner. That's awesome. I'm off to work, but you're right, routine was only 30 minutes. Belinda Needham, say it, girl. Tell everyone about it. It doesn't take long, does it? What is detail cleaning, Elizabeth says? Is that the daily missions? You know, girl, those daily missions make me crazy, and I'll tell you why. I love you, and I love the Flylady system, but daily missions are just things that we're doing anyway, only you don't get to decide. They're telling you what to do. my opinion is, my humble opinion, is that we're in a zone and we're going to deep clean something, we get to decide what that is. Or we're going to declutter something, we get to decide what needs decluttering. Because you may have a mess on the floor, it may be full of papers and stuff, and your mission is to clean off the top of a cabinet, which you have nothing on. I don't go for those because it's not personal enough. That's why I tweak things a little bit. There's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely fine if you want to follow it. In my opinion, I think you're smarter than that. You know what needs to be done. Now, if it's overwhelming for you, make a list. Keep a list. You know, I talk about, I don't really do a journal. Not a journal, a home maintenance journal thing, you know, a book that you keep everything in, but it might not be a bad idea in the beginning. I did keep one in the beginning, and it has like all your routines, what they are. So if you do forget and you don't have it written somewhere, you can go look. Or it has each room in your house and what you would have done if you had a maid come in and money was no burden to you and you had them clean from the ceiling to the floor. What things do you want done in there? So you can keep a little notebook like that or put it in the notes in the back of your planner and refer to it. And then when you go every month to deep clean in a room, like the master bathroom that I'm working in right now, if I'm confused and I don't know where to start, or it all looks clean to me and I don't remember what I did last, I can go look in the book, I don't, but I could, and see what I did last and say, okay, I'll start back at the top. Because at some point, that's going to be your problem. It all looks clean. Okay, let's see. So Elizabeth, I hope that helps you. Dixie Cap 79, good morning. The morning and the kids are done. The laundry is going. Happy Monday. Awesome. Daryl from Saltwater 8705, good morning. I'm off to work today and I'm knocking everything out this morning so my boys and I can go on a hike. Don't you love that? I just love that. Elizabeth says hello to Rana. Veronica Lopez, can you talk about minimizing distractions, Facebook, screen time, and other? Thanks for all you do. It's easy to let your emotional child take over, and that's all that distractions are. And we are easily distracted. We are all, in my opinion, a little ADD. Maybe not, the doctor hadn't said so, but we kind of know we get distracted, we get drawn in, and we also have perfectionistic tendencies where we drill down deep into one thing and stay there. And that's not helpful either. So if you're trying to minimize your distractions, then what you want to do is have a coaching session with yourself. Look in your planner, see what you have to do, and then know how many minutes you have to do it. Turn on the music, coach yourself up before, and get it done. Then you can look at your Facebook all you want if that's your plan. Now, if your plan, after you've gotten all your things done, see my things, I slept late today because I'm retired and sometimes I do that. But it took me a half hour for my morning routine, and it takes you, I'm not special, I'm not different, it just takes a half hour. And it took me 10 minutes to do the deep clean, and it took less than an hour to do the weekly home blessing hour. It's all done, and now I'm working, I'm talking to you. And then the rest of the day I can do what I want. Do I want to spend the day on Facebook? Absolutely not. So I won't. But maybe I want to read a book. Maybe I want to go play with Larry somewhere. I can do anything I want. And so it's not a distraction, where it would be a distraction if Larry said, let's go get coffee at Starbucks and go for a ride, and I hadn't done my weekly home blessing hour. Yeah, I'd get distracted by that, because what's the choice? Go play or work? I'd rather play. That's why I want you to get this stuff done early in the morning and get it out. If you're a morning person, awesome. If you're not a morning person, all the better. You won't even be aware of what you're doing. It doesn't take a lot of this. It just takes a little of this. You can do it. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's see. Miss Kay is here. She's just tuning in. She's got all her routines done except breakfast dishes. Lynn's here. Jennifer said, hello. Let's get to that weekly home blessing hour. Zone 4? That's right, girl. I've been distracted ever since I told you I was caught up, Lynn said. Carla York, good morning. Rana, good morning. Jennifer, hello Jennifer. Barban, good morning. 0 degrees outside today. Good day to stay indoors, clean, cook, and some comfort food. And cook some comfort food. Yes, I agree. It's a good day for that. Pat Fisher said good morning. Although I can't really relate, and I'm so sorry to tell you that, but I really can't relate. I mean, I've been to Chicago when it was 10 below. That's the lowest I've ever been in, and it was not enjoyable, and I was only there for a couple of days. And I think I had a nightmare last night about traveling, and I think it was because I was thinking about the 10 degrees below in Chicago that I experienced, and all these, below 0 degrees I'm seeing on the news. I think it triggered that memory. It was crazy. It wasn't a terrible nightmare. It was just kind of a confusing dream. Kiona said, down with a fever since Friday, but hopefully back on the horse soon. I'm giving myself grace. Absolutely. Kiona, did you catch that from your kids? I think they were sick, weren't they? Brandy Fulmer said, good morning. Kara Pickett, good morning. Pat Fisher, good morning. Carla, I said good morning to you, Carla York, right? If I didn't, hi, Carla York. Dickie Talmadge needs motivation. Girl, just listen to my words. You can do it. Get up and get it done. Get up and get it done. And then it'll be over, and then you can play. So go do it. Do you have any tips when your family is on swing shift? Homeschool the kids all night owls, and the husband works swing shift, but I'm early riser in the bunch. Here's the deal about those I'm going to talk about the homeschooling first. It's great because you can homeschool your kids when you want to, the key word being you want to. When children go to school, they go whenever the school is open. So you can do school in the morning, make sure your children get to bed on time, and change their schedule. You can do that. You're in charge, you're the alpha, you're the CEO. If you're not at your peak to teach, then you're going to be teaching in an inferior manner to your children. Whether or not you have an excellent curriculum that you don't have to do much from, still it requires you as the CEO over that, as the principal over that. So my thing would be, we're getting up and we're going to do morning school. Now, I wouldn't expect my children to do it at 6:45, but what's wrong with 9 o'clock? That's not late, but it's not real early. It's later than when school starts. So I would start a new rule and be in charge and stop being a doormat. As far as swing shift, living in a household that did that, my husband and I both worked for the railroad for a while, and we worked 24/7 and had swing shift and children. And the only thing you can do is maintain a normal schedule for your children. And like if you're on a regular schedule and your husband's working swing shift and he comes in, you've got food ready for him that you can warm in the microwave. We live in a wonderful time where we have microwaves to warm things up. And you can warm his food and feed him, and whatever schedule he needs to be on, he can be on. But you and the family are on the regular schedule. That's my suggestion. Okay. Bobby Gregory says hello. Elizabeth Corbacho Musin. I don't know how to say your last name. I'm going to say Mung. Says hello. Heather is home. I have guests all weekend, so today I have 4 extra beds of sheets to wash, already going to the washer. Morning routine done, about to start weekly home blessing. Excellent. Great job. So proud of you. So proud of you, Heather. Good morning, Maya Aisha. Marty cleaned her bathroom after her shower and wrapped in a towel. She cleaned it while she was wrapped in a towel, y'all. Paula Zloboda. Good morning. I do my weekly home blessing on Saturday since I'm not usually home on Monday, and I'm excited to be working in the bedroom zone this week, working on decluttering to turn the bedroom into a sanctuary. I love that, Paula. And I love that you've chosen when to do your work. That's perfectly okay. For those of you who don't know, you can change the schedule around as long as you're accomplishing all of your weekly things, all of your monthly things, and all of your daily things. You can change it around. I don't want you to combine everything into one day because that's exhausting, but sprinkle it around on different days, that's perfectly okay. Somebody had a question for me. Let me see what it was. I was going backwards and I found it. Let's see. Oh, it was Gwen Browning from Scotland. Hi, Gwen. Good morning. Ashley's on here from Scotland, too. Wanda Campbell said good morning. Once I stopped going back to bed when the hubby left for work, I'm getting a lot more done, Dixie Cap says. Go, girl. All right, let me go down here to the bottom. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm skipping around today trying to get everybody taken care of. Barb also slept in. The husband and she are off for, Martin Luther King Day today. Um, I divide my weekly home blessing and did 3 items today: laundry in, doing paper, and 10-minute zone while I listen to you, and then I can play. Yay, Barb. And I will say, I love Martin Luther King Day because I loved Martin Luther King when I was in high school. We all listened to his speech, the famous speech, I Have a Dream, and it's a beautiful speech. And I challenge every one of you to pull it up on your YouTube somewhere and listen to the words that he says. I don't think that he'd be happy with the way things are today, but I loved his speech. And even as a teenager in high school, I cried when I heard that speech. It was excellent. Just saying, in honor of Martin Luther King, he was a great man. Okay, you swished, swiped, and vacuumed. Mr. B rocks. He did the vacuuming, and he did his toilet and his sink, like always. Let's see. Marty said, if I change my schedule around, everything would be tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. That's how I roll. My little sweet Marty, my sister, she truly is ADD on medication. She is a true ADD girl. So most of us aren't on any medication. We just notice that we get sidetracked. And it could just be that we're not in charge of our emotions. But Marty really does sincerely have ADD. Like when she doesn't take her medicine, I can say, have you taken your medicine today? Because she's like a ping pong ball. I love you, Marty, and you're doing awesome, girl. What are you doing for your zone work? I'm cleaning, or I already did this week. I cleaned my husband's bathtub and walls. And then later, I'm really working in the master bathroom, which is his bathroom. I'm going to deep clean the sink and counters. I'm going to clean the tiles in the bathroom. And I'm going to clean all around the bottom of the toilet with a little steamer thing. That's what I'm doing. So it's all about his bathroom this month. Okay, I'm at my parents' this week, Teresa Johnson said, so I'm hoping my family picks up the slack. Don't hope, call and instruct. Inspect what you expect when you get home, and give, Marty, what's the word? It's not circumstances. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Give those. ADHD, Marty said. Yeah, she's also kind of hyper. It's 14 degrees in Northern Virginia, Judy said. Did my 10 minutes of paper clutter in my filing cabinet. Go, girl. Shelley says, me too, Marty. Maria said, I feel awful. I got up real late. It sounds like me. Oh my goodness. I feel like my whole day is thrown off. No, it's not. Anytime you feel like that, do your morning routine. If it's 3 in the afternoon and you've been sitting in your pajamas all day, do your morning routine. You will feel better. Judy, thank you. Consequences. Marty, thank you. Consequences. Inspect what you expect. Don't hope. Instruct. And then when you, thank you here, Heart for Deaf. When you go home, inspect what you expect. If they didn't do it, consequences. Give them some fair time. Tell them to do it. And then on your way home, call and say, I'm going to be home in 30 minutes. Make sure that's done. Don't forget that we have a list of consequences if you choose not to do the job, but you certainly can choose not to. See you in a little bit. Looking forward to seeing what a great job you did, and go. And then when you go home, do it right away. It's not easy to be a mama, but it's your job. And you want to raise children who know what the heck's going on in the world. We're not going to give them stuff, right? Let's see. Jamie B, good morning. New here on chat, but have been watching your videos for a week or two. Got my daily routines down. Feels amazing every day. Welcome, Jamie B. That's my son's name. Jamie Brewer. It's James, but let's see. He's actually Larry James Jr. Nicole says, zone tasks planned out for the week. Awesome. Maria Conley, forgive yourself. Love it. Forgive yourself. Love it. Happens. Begin your day just as if you had just gotten up. Just what I said, Erin. That's awesome. Little mini fly babies ladies on here. Gwen's in Livingston. The kids and I are totally watching Dr. King today. Good idea, Kat. It's 14 degrees in Northern Virginia. I read that. Okay. Melissa B, since I have 4 helpers with the zones in addition to myself, is it okay to bang out in one day of a week over 4 days? Well, how old are your helpers? Because this is your deep clean. This is the sincerely deep cleaning, 10 minutes or less, but deep cleaning. If your helper is able to do so, absolutely. Absolutely. I recommend more the weekly home blessing hour for your helpers, because taking out the every time I do it, I think to myself, my baby jobs are done, emptying the little garbage cans and putting new liners in, wiping off the glass with a microfiber cloth anytime you see a spot, and dusting, baby jobs. And then mopping and sweeping or vacuuming, not baby jobs, but a 12-year-old could totally do those. And maybe even a 9-year-old, a really capable 9-year-old. And then the stripping the beds, everybody can strip their bed and wash their clothes if they're 9 or older. So I like the weekly home blessing hour. It depends. Like today, when I was in Larry's bathroom, I was steaming with a steamer, working in the corners, putting vinegar and things, and doing things that are really detailed that I'm not sure helpers know how to do all that or are ready to do that. But it's your call, your kids, and if they're able, absolutely knock it out. Okay, I'm going to go here to the bottom. Let's see. Melissa's kids are 17, 15, 12, and 9. Well, yeah, 17, 15, and 12 can totally help you. The 9-year-old can watch the laundry. Good question, Marty. Elizabeth Corbacho Mung says, my 17-year-old is defiant and could care less about consequences. And my sister Marty said, does your 17-year-old enjoy a car? Maybe not. But there's something that your 17-year-old enjoys, and when it gets taken away over and over again, maybe they'll try to do this little tiny thing that takes no time. But you have to come at it from a different point of view. Maybe you need to sit down and have a conversation with that person and try to understand where they're coming from. Maybe they feel perfectionism, and so they feel like it's not worth it because I'm never going to do it right, and I'd rather just not be able to do anything and sit in my room and stare at the walls than hear my mother gripe at me. It could be that. So try to come down a little bit, lower your expectations, give your 17-year-old one tiny thing at a time to do, just a tiny thing, and use endearments when you talk to them. Babe, could you put your shoes in the closet, please? Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Hey, I'm going to do a clutter check because I'm a mess, and I know I taught you to be a mess. Would you please check to see if you see anything? Because, we don't see our own clutter. It's mindless. Could you check to see if I've left anything out, and I'll check to see if you left anything out? Just change the way you deal with them. Come from a heart of love. I'm not saying that you don't, and I know that there are obstinate children, but I think that conversation and communication is key with those kids. I really do. Okay. What did Marty say? The trick is not to take it from them, but change the table around to you choose to lose. That's your choice. There is a consequence that he does care about, though, Elizabeth says. Teresa said, Elizabeth said, Aaron said, everybody's giving you great consequences. You have to hit them where it hurts the most. It may be no electronics, Wi-Fi, limited time with friends, whatever the case may be. Kat always makes the greatest points, doesn't she? Aaron said. Good idea, good idea. Wanda said, yes, you have to know their currency. I do a lot of owning my own stuff when I'm talking to my older kids. Great, Teresa. For sure, at Aaron. Yes, she does. It has worked, though they are getting it. It has worked, though they're getting it, Teresa said. That's great. Anastasia said, have you read Gretchen Rubin's 4 Tendencies book? Your 17-year-old sounds like a rebel. She has a lot of tips in the book. Never hurts to read stuff. Kind and gracious parenting. Thank you, Jennifer McClellan said. Today is my errand day and meal planning. Looking forward to having a productive week. Good, Jessie B. Brenda said, I get so frustrated with my autistic grandson who acts out if he forgets to do things. For example, put up shoes, pick up clothes, keep the floor in the bedroom clean. We're talking about a special situation when we have an autistic child. I do not have experience with autism. However, I know that there's a huge range of autism. So I can't give you an answer on that. Maybe a professional would be better to give you an answer on autism and how that works, because I don't have that experience, and I'm so sorry. I put sticky notes around for what I expected with my adult children. That's when they see it and I wasn't nagging. Yep, it's always great when it's not coming out of your mouth. Hi, Amber. Good to have you here. I'm going to have a sip of water. Okay, it's been 24 minutes. We've talked about rebellious children, being compassionate. We've talked about our own selves and putting our emotions aside and rewarding ourselves afterwards, and being compassionate with yourself just like you would be with your children. What else have we talked about? I think that's about it. And then what we have to do today. Gail said, regarding the distraction of screen time, I use the feature on iPhone that analyzes screen time. Amazing. What a time meter. Ooh, that's a very good thing too, Gail. I love that. Anastasia, she's a huge rebel. If I say it's black, she says it's white. Yeah, I think a nice long conversation over a period of days is in order. See where she's coming from. Try to see it from her point of view. You may not agree with her point of view because she's 17 and they have kind of, sometimes their view of the world is skewed because they don't have a lot of life experience yet, but they're trying to be a grown-up. And so try to respect that and talk with her. Just have a regular conversation with her. Make a lot of difference. Sometimes they won't talk. You just have to sit in their presence for a while. And eventually they will. You have to listen. You know you love your girl, and you know that you know her. You know what she loves, and you know what she wants to talk about. And if it is that she's into, I don't care if it's Dungeons and Dragons and you could care a thing about it and think it's awful and she loves it, try to see it from her point of view. Listen to her. You know, and that's just an example, but whatever it is, listen to her. Try to see it from her point of view, okay? All right. I'm working on myself and making myself a better person, Elizabeth said. You know what? That's awesome. And remember what I said in the beginning. If you didn't hear it, I said it in the very beginning. You know, we want to be happy. Your daughter wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. But true happiness doesn't come from what we do for ourselves. It comes from what we do for others. And that doesn't mean that you have to do everything for others. But it means that you have to do something important for others, like listening. That's very important. And everyone has their own love language, so it might be something else that's important to them. But I think communication is the #1 reason that we have breakdowns in the family. Mama for Freedom, you can do it. You're a better parent than you think you are. I love you girls. Y'all are awesome. There's Tammy. Good morning. Weekly Home Blessing underway. Elizabeth said it's 10 below today and everything is ice covered from the storm. I'm not going anywhere except to sand the driveway. I'll give a photo of my ice covered van and post it. Okay. All right, that's it. We have 116 people on, 58 thumbs up. Would you please give me a thumbs up so that you can get a notification and that others who haven't ever seen the Flylady videos, Flylady Kat videos, will get suggestions to watch it. It'll make all the difference in the world. Please feel free to share these videos with your friends if you think they're helpful. And if you haven't already, please consider signing up for Patreon. Patreon is videos without any interruptions of commercials. And it's a real tight community. Right now I have about 279, 280 personal patrons on there who support me with $5 a month. And that's what they're doing. And I'm giving them special videos just for them. And the Patreon and review video that went out, I think today, tells you the kind of videos I'm making. I'm making videos that my patrons want. Okay. Jackie Longnecker said, you almost made me want teenagers again. You're so sweet. All right, girls, I'm going to leave you now. Oh, and here's a question. Erin had a question. On the Flylady app for Weekly Home Blessing, it lists cleaning doors as one of the items. I have 10 white doors in my home that get dingy overnight, and it seems. It shows everything. I don't often hear others. That's the first half. Mention cleaning theirs. It takes quite a while to get them clean. Do others not do theirs, or just an issue for them? Not an issue. I clean my doors, absolutely. If you have children, you have to clean your doors because they have spots and handprints all around the doors. But my front door, I clean all my doors as part of the zone. So when you make your list of things to do, start at the ceiling, go all the way to the floor, look at everything in there and make your list. If your doors get grubby quite often, then plan on cleaning them quite often. I find a steamer works brilliantly on doors, but also you can use, depending on the paint on the door and the type of the door, the Mr. Clean little dry sponge thing works good. I love Mrs. Meyer's cleaning solution. So there's a lot of ways to get them clean. All right, that's it for today. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I love you all, and I will see you this evening at around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to continue to put out a community notification that should show up on your phone. Larry put one out this morning that said I was going live at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it comes later, then I'll start making them earlier if I can, so that you get them in time. All right, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, and always remember that